Season's greetings, internet land. I'm going to take the silly hat off because the bell's really annoying. So today we're going to find out what happens when we take a Fender Blues Deluxe reissue, an Origin Effects Revival Drive Compact, which is down on my pedal board there, and one Gibson Les Paul equipped P90s, although these do actually have Alnico rods rather than the back magnet. Personal choice. Wire it all together. So this is the Les Paul through the Blues Deluxe. That's the clean channel. Hit that little button there. And this is with the drive going all the way up. This is the dirty channel. So, my opinion, there's nothing really wrong with the way this amp sounds at all. It is really loud. This is not an amp for domestic use, in my personal opinion, unless either you have a very, very big house, isolated from anyone, or a soundproof room, or you really do not want to get on with your neighbours. It's very loud. This is barely ticking over. It's between 1 and 2 on the volume scale, and you can't get it much louder than that without it getting a bit uncomfortable. But it still sounds great. This isn't actually my amp, it's on loan. Well, I say on loan, I was looking at it for a friend of mine called Bill. Not sure if I've actually managed to fix the problem, intimate problem. I digress. Anyway, sounds great. But what happens when you take your Revival Drive Compact, which is sat down here, you little switch on it, which you switch to the right EQ setting for when plugging into a Fender. There's another EQ setting if you're going into a flat amp, which is what I usually do. I go into a cab simulator and then goes into a PA, and another one if you go into a more British sounding amp, i.e. a Marshall, and this just helps it balance the out from the drive to the inputs of the requisite amp. It's one of the nice little features on this pedal. Its bigger brothers, the full Revival Drive and the Revival Drive Hot Rod, which I have, also have this feature amongst a gazillion others. Great pedals, but not for the faint-hearted. Whereas this one, relatively straightforward. We have an output, a high, a low, a gain, a presence, and a blend. The blend's quite an interesting one, which I haven't really used yet. So it will just blends in part of the dry signal, but not as like a separate part of the signal. It's still part of the whole thing, so it feels pretty organic. It just, yeah, I might demonstrate that later on if I get a chance. Anyway, this is bridge pickup, clanking away in your way you'd expect a clean Fender to. Sounds like a Fender. So I'm now going to try and make it not sound like a Fender. No longer sounds like a Fender. Let's turn that down a bit. Oh, I think what you can safely say from that is this pedal will really change how your amp sounds. No, and in a very good way. I mean, this is great. Or if in overdrive mode. But It's not this. Yeah, putting it back in its own drive channel, I sat and tried doing that. It's just thin and clangy and, well, Fenderish. Oh, this is really good pedal. I knew it was a really good pedal, and I've had it for a few weeks now. And it's done a couple of gigs, and it's just, yeah, just gives me some really good overdrive tones. But through this lovely little amp here, all of a sudden you realise, I remind myself why valve amps are really great things to have. I don't have one at the moment, I don't own one, I probably won't for a while because I don't have a use for one because I'm not doing enough gigs to warrant the pain in the neck of owning something which is heavy. And even if it was, it's so convenient to be able to plug straight into a PA. This is a heavy amp and it's only a little 50 watt, which is all you need for most of the small gigs. Great little thing. But it's still heavy, and there's still everything else I'd need to take with me. I'd still need to take with me, all the bits of PA equipment, etc. So it's a big heavy lump I wouldn't have to leave at home. But if you plug it straight into PA, it doesn't sound like this. Or even without the revival drive on, this. Oh, so good. Let's just change the settings on the revival drive a bit. Great pedal. Ooh. Now I did say I was going to demonstrate the blend function on this, so let's turn it up a bit. So it's a bit like turning the drive down, but not. Turn it up a bit more. In comparison to completely clean. Not sure how often I'm really going to use it, rather than just having it in full on mode. This mode. Fully recommend getting a revival drive compact to plug into one of these.